What up, everybody? Season 1 of Power Book Force, Liliana was brought back into the storyline when Tommy showed up in Chicago. Before this, Liliana hadn't been seen since Season 1 of OG Power, when we found out that Julio helped her relocate to Chicago. But that's 5 seasons where Liliana was out of sight and out of mind to the entire Power universe, only to show up and be a main character with a significant role in Season 1 of Force. So today, I'm taking a look into all the forgotten Power characters that are still breathing that haven't made a single appearance in Power Book 2 or Power Book 4, but could return in one of the upcoming spin-offs after Force, or possibly even in the final season of Force. Starting with the criminal side of things, and the main character for this aspect who hasn't made an appearance since OG Power is Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball was a recurring character from Season 2 through Season 5 and was the leader of the Taínos. Crystal Ball took over for Annabelle after he was killed and was the complete opposite of Annabelle. Annabelle was quick to follow orders and laid back and the chill type of guy. Crystal Ball, on the other hand, started causing problems from the time he was introduced. Crystal Ball was last seen on screen arrested with Alicia Jimenez, but since she is dead, I don't know what they could actually hold Crystal Ball for at this point because he wasn't busted with any products, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's already out of jail. Getting me to another gang leader who was last seen going to jail, and that is Roberto, the new leader of the Soldado Nation. The Soldado Nation was founded by Carlos Ruiz, but Roberto took over after Tommy killed Pancho. Roberto was arrested at Tommy's warehouse with 2-Bit and Spanky, so it's possible that Roberto is doing time because Spanky's dead and 2-Bit's free, so Roberto would be left to take the fall for the drugs at that warehouse. Sticking with the Soldado Nation, there's Ruiz's daughter, Isabel. She knows that Tommy killed her boyfriend, and she might have even found out that Tommy killed her father. And now that she's grown, she might have even taken over as the leader of the Soldado Nation. Getting me to another gang leader, Drago, who took over as the leader of the Serbs after Ghost killed Jason Michik. We also got to believe that Drago is connected to Mirkovic from Force, who just went to prison in the Season 3 finale. So we could possibly even see Drago on the final season of Force. Sticking with Force and the Serbs, the next person on the list is Rudolfo. Rudolfo was who Tommy was supposed to be going to Cali to work with. So if any character goes to Cali for a spinoff, Rudolfo could either be the plug or the competition. Next I have Victor. Victor is described as a high-ranking member of Ghost and Tommy's organization, but was never seen on screen again after Season 3. Victor was close to Ghost and knew his name and his face. Victor was one of Ghost's soldiers from the opening episode when Ghost killed Miguel Alvarez. Since Victor was close with Ghost and Tommy, he could always be a phone call that Tommy makes if he ever needs backup. Getting me to one of the reasons why Tommy had to leave New York in the first place, and that is the Savello mob, Carlo and Dolores, as well as Elisa Marie Proctor. Carlo and Dolores were only in 1 episode, but Elisa Marie was in 3 seasons of Power. It's already been teased that the Savello mob will make their return in Season 3 of Force. Keeping in mind that Tommy killed their capo, Dolores' brother, Benny, and also her cousin and Elisa Marie's father, Joe Proctor. If the Savellos get word that Tommy is alive, they could seek revenge. Get me to Radner. Radner was Tariq's teacher at Callister. Radner is like another version of Braden Weston. His family was also rich and got busted doing a Ponzi scheme, forcing him to be in debt and taking the teacher job at Callister and selling drugs for Tariq at the school. But in the finale of Power, Radner got busted and we haven't seen him since. He could have beat that case though because he does have the argument about the trunk of his car not being able to be locked. Getting me to the political side of things, and of course the characters from this perspective would be perfect for return in Influence if it ever gets the green light, or could still return in other spin-offs depending on what direction the characters go into moving forward. Starting off with Ramona Garrity. Ramona was introduced in season 6. It was a political aide for Rashad Tate's campaign, but started falling for Ghost and ended up helping him become Loretta Walsh's running mate as lieutenant governor. There's a lot of ways that Ramona could return, definitely as a rival against Rashad Tate, the way he burnt her at the end of Power. Or if Ghost is still alive, she could be in a relationship with him, and that could explain why we haven't seen her since Power. And like Ramona, neither has Ghost's running mate Loretta Walsh been seen since OG Power. Obviously, with Walsh having political ambitions, we could see her return as somebody in a political position, specifically as a character in Influence if it gets the green light. Another character connected to both Ramona and Tate is Cassandra from Tate's campaign. Cassandra was a married woman who had an affair with Tate, and Ramona offered her a position in Congress in exchange for her silence. So since Tate is also a New York congressman, given that Cassandra won the election for the district she was running for, and she was supposed to be able to because Ramona said she would put her in a district she would win, her and Tate would be working close to each other again. And Cassandra's ex-husband, Tariq, ends up the biggest loser in this situation, losing his wife and getting no type of position out of it. So Tariq could definitely return onto the scene trying to destroy Tate's political career. Next, I have a couple people from the business world. First, Josh Cantos. Cantos was introduced the very first episode of Power, and Cantos had a history because he had gotten into trouble before for selling cat out of the other clubs he managed. Ghost hired Cantos to manage Club True for him, but Cantos ultimately took a position as Ghost's boss working for Simon Stern. So when Ghost got the Club True back, he fired Cantos publicly, and that was the last we saw of Cantos. But it was reported that Cantos was trying to testify against Ghost when he was on trial, but the prosecution said it sounded like he had a vendetta and decided not to use him. Someone else from the business world is Karen Bassett from the Bassett Hotel Group. They also have clubs inside their hotels. Ghost was supposed to land a contract with the Bassetts, but that came to an end when Angela arrested him that night at True. So at that point, Dre got the job working for the Bassett Hotel Group. So we could see either Cantos or the Bassetts return to the show after Tariq graduates and gets into the business world, making investments with his drug money. Wrapping up, I have a few civilians that I want to mention. Since I just got done talking about Dre, I should also mention his family, his daughter Heaven, his baby mother Tina, and his mother Vanessa. There's also Sean's mother Jarita, who was holding the bag of money for Kanan when he got out of prison. Jarita never found out what really happened to her son. And there's also another female Kanan smashed on the show, Candy. Candy was Jukebox's girlfriend, and she was a nurse living in DC. I'm not sure how Jarita could be brought back into the storyline, but I can see Candy coming back into the storyline, like I said, if Influence gets the green light, seeing since she's already in DC. Next, I have Quentin Wallace. Quentin Wallace is who Tasha tried to frame for Ghost's murder, but he had an alibi. Q was on probation or parole, so what if Tasha, trying to get him set up, did violate his parole if they found that other gun or something like that? And that caused him to lose custody of his daughter. He could then get out of prison and be a big problem in the next spinoff. Wrapping things up with Destiny. Destiny was Tariq's first and also Ray Ray's little cousin. I made a video last year talking about what if Destiny got pregnant with Tariq's child but never let him know because of everything that happened. Because Destiny was kind of involved in Raina's death because Ray Ray forced her to help him set Tariq up. Then after that, Tommy came into her apartment intimidating her. That is definitely enough to make her not want to contact Tariq again, even if she was pregnant. So this could definitely be an interesting twist in the next spinoff. And I can't conclude this video without even at least mentioning Ghost, because I do still think he's alive, even though he didn't return in the finale of Power Book 2. Because personally, I'm not like most people when it comes to Ghost being alive. Most people want Ghost to be alive so he could return. I just want Ghost to be alive, period. I don't really care if he actually returns or not. I'll be happy with just one scene of Ghost on the beach in Miami or Dubai, wherever, with a fat blunt in his mouth, just letting us know that Ghost ultimately won and made it out the game like he wanted to. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments. And if I forgot anybody on this list, also make sure to let me know in the comments section.